Welcome to week 2. I hope you are becoming more aware of your limiting beliefs after the first week. Even though this awareness can be uncomfortable at times, it's the first step in being able to change. I love the saying, if you can name it, you can tame it. It's so true. The purpose of this video is to help you to become more aware of a core limiting belief that we all have as humans. To begin with, let's talk about guilt and shame. They are two distinct emotions that can have a profound impact on our well-being and self-perception. While they may seem similar, understanding the difference between them can help us navigate our emotions more effectively. Guilt is often associated with a specific action or behavior that we believe to be wrong or harmful. It arises when we feel responsible for causing harm to others or violating our own moral code. Guilt serves as a valuable internal compass, guiding us towards making amends and taking corrective actions. It can motivate us to learn from our mistakes, grow, and become better individuals. On the other hand, shame is a more pervasive and deeply rooted emotion. It is not necessarily tied to a specific action, rather to a sense of self-worth and identity. Shame arises when we believe that we are fundamentally flawed, unworthy, inadequate as individuals. Unlike guilt, which focuses on a behavior, shame focuses on the person. It can be incredibly damaging on our self-esteem and can lead us to feelings of isolation, unworthiness, and a fear of being judged or rejected by others. Both guilt and shame can make us feel uncomfortable and uneasy, but they differ in the effects on our emotional well-being. Guilt, when acknowledged and addressed, can lead to personal growth and positive change. It can motivate us to take responsibility for our actions and make amends, ultimately fostering a sense of integrity and self-improvement. Shame, on the other hand, tends to be more destructive and can have a long-lasting negative effects. It can lead to self-criticism, self-doubt, and a constant fear of judgment. Shame often keeps us stuck in a cycle of negative self-perception, preventing us from fully embracing our potential and living authentically. While shame is not always specifically tied to an event, sometimes it can be. I find it helpful to observe whether we are looking through the lens of guilt in a specific situation or shame. Let's say you had a really bad day. When you get together with your partner or your children in the evening, you lose your temper and you take it out on them. In that situation, guilt would say that it was wrong for me to take out my frustrations on them. Shame, on the other hand, would say, I'm a bad partner or parent, or I'm a horrible person. See the difference? We can make the situation right when looking through the lens of guilt by apologizing. However, through the lens of shame, it is unrecoverable because we have made it a part of our identity by using an I am statement. That's a good indicator that we are shaming ourselves when we use I am statements followed by a negative descriptor. Another way to discover shame is with absolutes like always or never. For example, I am always mean to my partner and my kids. Using shoulds is also another indicator that we are shaming ourselves. I should be a better parent, or I should be a better partner. We end up shoulding all over ourselves. It's not pretty. It's important to recognize that experiencing guilt or shame is a normal part of being human. However, it's crucial to address and process these emotions in healthy ways. This may involve seeking support from trusted friends, family, or professionals, practicing self-compassion, and reframing our thoughts and beliefs about ourselves. Remember, you have the power to transform guilt into growth and shame into self-acceptance. By By cultivating self-awareness, practicing forgiveness, and embracing your inherent worth, you can navigate these emotions with resilience and compassion. Take out your worksheet for week 2 and explore some situations that you tend to shame yourself in. And let's see if you could look at the situation through the lens of guilt instead of shame. Shame is not a productive emotion to sit in because we feel helpless to change because it is so connected to our identity. Look at the example I gave on the worksheet of someone having a bad day and taking it out on their family. Think about some situations where you shame yourself. And don't shame yourself for shaming yourself. Like I'm such a bad person because I shame myself in this area. Shame is a normal emotion that we all feel. It's just not a productive one because it doesn't lead to change. Pause the video now and write down ways in which you shame yourself. Hey, welcome back. Before I started first grade, me and all the other little first graders were given an intelligence test. Our teachers then divided us up into classes from the smartest to the not so smart. The school that I attended also had open classrooms. If you're unfamiliar with this term, it is where you have all the children in one particular grade in one big room with individual classes divided only by rolling chalkboards. Imagine the chaos. At the beginning of the school year, I was put in the second to the highest class. Halfway through the school year, I was moved to the second to the lowest class. I don't remember if anyone else got switched, but in my little first grade head, I came to the conclusion that I wasn't smart enough, that I was dumb. Several years later, I discovered that I had ADHD and dyslexia, which provided information about why school was challenging for me, especially with the open classrooms. But it didn't change the conclusion or the identity statement that I had come to believe in first grade. This belief that I wasn't smart enough stuck with me all through high school, my undergraduate degree, and even my master's. Even though I had never failed a class and I had a B+ to an A grade point average, I continued to hold this belief that I wasn't smart enough, in spite of the evidence that said otherwise. I noticed during my master's that every time I had to write a paper or take an exam, I would get extremely anxious. Now I understand that it was because I was battling this belief that I wasn't intelligent enough. This is an example of the number one limiting belief that we all have as humans. It is that we aren't enough. Some other examples are I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not handsome enough, I don't have a good enough personality, I'm not enough as a partner or a parent, etc. We all have dreams and aspirations and goals we want to achieve in life, yet there is often a common obstacle that holds us back from reaching our full potential: the belief that we are not enough, not worthy, and not valued. This limiting belief can be incredibly powerful, affecting every aspect of our lives and hindering our progress. Jamie Kern Lima said, "You don't rise to what you believe is possible in life. You fall to what you believe you are worthy of." When I first heard this statement, I was blown away with the truth it encapsulated. Wow. Our beliefs shape our reality. When we believe that we are not enough, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. We may hesitate to take risks, doubt our abilities, and settle for less than we deserve. This belief can manifest in various areas of our lives, such as relationships, career, and personal growth. To overcome this limiting belief, it is crucial to understand its origin. Often it stems from past experiences, societal conditioning, or comparisons with others. We may have internalized negative messages or faced rejection, leading us to question our worthiness. Recognizing these underlying factors allows us to challenge and reframe our beliefs. Adopting a growth mindset is essential for overcoming limiting beliefs. Embrace the belief that our abilities and talents can be developed through dedication, effort, and learning. View challenges as opportunities for growth. See setbacks as stepping stones towards success. By shifting our perspective, we can transform our self-perception and unlock our true potential. Ultimately, the key to overcoming the belief of not being enough lies in taking inspired action. Start by setting realistic goals and breaking them down into manageable steps. Celebrate small victories along the way, reinforcing the belief that you are capable and deserving of success. Remember, every step forward is a testament to your worth and value. Some examples of not being enough may be, I am not pretty, I am not handsome enough, I am not enough as a partner or a parent, I'm not good enough because, fill in the blank, or I don't deserve because. Pause the video and record what your number one limiting beliefs sound like in your life. I made an interesting observation a few months ago while looking at a brand new baby. Some of the words people use to describe a baby are that they are precious, perfect, or priceless. You can sum up these words by saying that babies have infinite worth. Now let's look at what a newborn can do. They can pee, poop, barf, and cry, and that's it. Yet, we say that they are priceless. At what point do we go from having infinite worth to being not enough, or worse yet, being worthless? It's a fallacy that we've all bought into. If I were to get into a car accident and I was in a coma, would it change my worth? No. Sometimes we buy into the belief that we only have worth when we accomplish things. The problem with this is that it's never enough. Oftentimes we beat ourselves up for not doing more and say, when I accomplish this or that, I will be enough. But there's always another summit to climb, to the unending belief of, I will be enough when. It's never satisfied. Today, let's challenge the number one limiting belief that holds us back, the belief that we are not enough, not worthy, and not valued. Embrace the power of self-belief. Unravel the root cause. Practice self-compassion. Cultivate a growth mindset. Surround ourselves with support and take inspired action. By doing so, you will unlock your true worth and value, paving the way for a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and success. Remember, you are enough, you are worthy, and you are valued. Believe it, embrace it, and let it guide you towards a brighter future. Have your paperwork completed and in front of you when we meet for our second appointment, so that we can begin to transform your core limiting belief that we all have, that we are not enough.